Hi, I'm Joe Grumbine, and I am the founder and CEO of Gardens of Hope. And lately, we've had a lot of people interested in this place and a lot of new people coming in, and they don't know the story. So I thought I was going to tell the story of this property and how Gardens of Hope came to be. I hope you enjoy. It's about 30 years ago. I was recently divorced. I had lost my first home that I bought. I was in my late 20s. I met this woman out in Lake Elsinore on a job, and we quickly became close. And before I knew it, well, at the time, I was looking to find a piece of property. I was looking to start my life over and start growing medicinal herbs, build some greenhouses, and get a fresh start. So I was looking for this piece of property. And I meet this woman. Before I know it, I'm in New Mexico meeting her parents. Before I know it, I'm told about this property that is for sale. We'll go to take a look at it. It turns out this woman who became my wife used to live there. Her parents used to live there. She actually got married there previously. She was a widow. About the same time I got divorced, she lost her husband. And so she was in a similar situation. We come to this place. She's like, oh my God, this is the place that, I've always wanted an opportunity, but my dad would never offer it to me because I was the girl. And I'm like, okay. So we drive up this dirt road. And there's this crickety old gate. We drive into this property. It's just trashed. There's this old trailer falling apart, like a tweaker trailer. There's this old shack that looked like used to be a garage. Trash everywhere, dog tied up to a thing. Boats and cars and just junk, a dilapidated chicken coop. But we walk down the property. I'm looking around. I go, it's nice. It's big. It's kind of got a hill. It goes down to like this wash. It looked like there was sort of a stream at one point. Quickly became engaged and decided to get married. And my soon-to-be father-in-law agreed to sell me the property. And so prior to any of this happening, I knew I was going to have to put a new home on here because we couldn't live in that old trailer, and it was going to take some time. But he got the renters out so that we could start cleaning it up. So for the next good 9 months, we just removed, I don't know how many loads, tore down the house, got it out of there, took all the boats and cars and cut everything up and got it out, and figured it out. And so we had the financing. We're ready to put a new home on. And literally the day we finally got everything out was the day before our wedding day. So in 1997, in September, Liz Grumbine and I got married at this property. It was a beautiful wedding, and we knew this was going to be the place. Shortly after that, fast forward a few years, somebody decided they wanted to have a 40th birthday party, a big luau. And I was like, well, okay, we got a big property. It's cleaned up enough. We did. We had this big old party. Maybe 300 people came, and it was just an amazing party. And after the party, we started getting requests. Hey, can I have a party here? Could I do a wedding here? I was like, what? I never thought about that. We got enough requests that I looked at my new wife and said, what do you think? You want to start a wedding business? And we created a place called Willow Creek Springs. And it was such a successful business that within a few months, we were booked for the whole next year. And we thought that was going to be our fate. But a neighbor decided he didn't like that, created some turmoil. Ultimately, we had to shut the business down. And it was a difficult time. And we restructured and we turned around and realized we could be a nursery. So I said, well, I love plants. I can make plants. I came here to grow plants. And so Willow Creek Springs went from a wedding venue to a nursery. And for the next several years, we made a run at it. Beautiful place. We decided, it's going to be a new kind of nursery. We're going to build a botanical garden and have all kinds of place where we can have activities and all these great things. And it became that great place and these beautiful plants. And nobody came, or not enough people. We're at the end of a dirt road and we didn't have any marketing. And after a while, I realized it was not going to work. So I went into another field, got into real estate, and it just kind of sat for a while. And then over time, the garden developed. We kept planting and trees are growing and this thing is just starting to fill in. I'm digging the creek out. I built this bridge out of stone and we've been working on the place the whole time in spite of whatever else we're doing. And throughout the whole time, people would come to this property and they would always hear the same story. They would say, wow, this place is magical. It's healing. Every time I come here, I feel better. And after many years of this, now we're going back to about 2006, 2007, we got the idea of creating a nonprofit where we could take this property and another property that we were working with and use it for education. A great place. Why not have a violin lesson in a beautiful garden? Why not have your homeschool group in a beautiful garden? Why not come to a beautiful garden for a massage or a therapy session? We thought, well, we could do all these things. And we came up with this name, Gardens of Hope, and we got started. But I was involved in the cannabis medicine at the time, and things got complicated, and I ended up in a big fight with the government that took another 10 years of my life. Through all of this, the place has been growing and degrading and growing and degrading, but slowly but surely we're developing. Eventually, I got through all that, and we began another business that was taking plants that we grew and turning them into natural products. My wife was very talented at creating these things, and we started this business. Now Willow Creek Springs became a skincare company. So Willow Creek Springs really is the place, and it's become these different businesses over time. And that has played itself through, and it still exists. But about 2 years ago, with all the time that people keep coming and saying, this place is so magical, it's so healing, and I realized myself being outside, I'm almost never sick. I just have a healthy life, a wonderful existence. I'm like, why can't we share this with people? My wife says, we should do that. We should reanimate Gardens of Hope. So I said, all right. I learned how to create a 501c3 over the years, and I said, let's do it. And so 2 years ago, in January, I launched this. Very quickly, there became an interest. I kind of had a little more sense of what I was doing. Some good people came together quickly, and we were able to create a board. One of the people involved started looking for programs that we could launch. And very quickly, she came upon this mental health clinic, and we launched our ecotherapy program that quickly became successful. And then I started getting reached out to by these special needs groups. Now, through this whole time, we had worked with autism, children on the spectrum, way back when in the first edition of this. And I realized that these kids could connect to things in the garden in ways they couldn't in school. We could get their attention, we could hold it. And I always said we could do some programs to help these kids. And we always had the idea of a sensory garden and building education through that. But it just never really happened. And so within the last 2 years, this project has just developed so beautifully. And we've got multiple programs. We've had classes come in, workshops, retreats, and different healers, plant medicines, meditations, all these great things have been coming. And then 6 months ago, I get diagnosed with cancer. And we're right on the edge of this project being funded and able to support itself, able to have some staff and some resources to work from to create programs to help people, veterans, disabled, mental health, spiritual, every type of healing we offer here. And we just, right there when we're right on the edge of this thing really blowing up, now I've got to dedicate all of my time to healing myself. And I'm confident that we have the answers. We're going to get through it. And at this moment, we're at a critical point where we have this amazing team that's come together, and people are willing to help and they want to help. And we're building an easy way for people to help. And so right now, I think is the most critical time. If somebody is interested in learning more or participating, please connect, get in touch. We have an opportunity for everybody involved that I believe is going to help not only you and us and everybody connected, but I believe we're going to teach people how to be healthy, how to grow their own food, how to find health in nature. And that's what we call therapeutic horticulture at Gardens of Hope. Thank you.